guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review on this brand new Urban Decay All Nighter Liquid Foundation. I have been really interested in trying this foundation because I've heard so much talk about it, and also something that really intrigued me to purchase it was the fact that it's a full coverage, long wear, matte finish, waterproof, oil-free foundation. Whenever I see matte finish for my oily skin girls, I'm sure you agree with me, I automatically think, okay, hell yeah, put that in my basket. I need to try that. I need to see if it's actually a really matte foundation. So when I saw that, when I heard all the reviews about it, I was like, let me go buy it right now. This is what the bottle looks like. I think it is so freaking cute. I really like the packaging. I love the fact that it also has a pump, so we don't make any messes. For my tools, I'm gonna go ahead and use a beauty blender on one side and my F80 Kabuki brush. Where is it? Right here. My F80 Kabuki brush on the other side. This is a brand new beauty blender, so you guys know I am just living and dying for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pump out too. Okay, so automatically you can see the product is runny. Oh wow. So I'm automatically seeing that yes, with one layer, you get a really good amount of coverage. Really, really good. Oh, look how dirty my beauty blender is now. Wow. That is impressive. And on my skin, it seems to match perfectly. Like when I swatched it on my hand, I was like, okay, this may be a little tiny bit too light, like I just mentioned. But actually, it looks good. But one thing that I did hear is that this oxidizes a lot. So I'm hoping that it doesn't get too much darker, because then that would be an issue. I love the fact that it's not so thick. Like, it's actually a pretty runny foundation. So that just goes to show that it's not gonna cake up on your skin. Okay, so one thing I am noticing right away is I feel like you can cover more with the brush with less product. As opposed to the beauty blender, you do need a little bit more product to cover. This side, with one pump, I covered like 90% of it. As for this side, I cover like 75% of it, and then I had to go with an extra layer. So now that I did that, I'm gonna go ahead and look into my little mirror and see how things look. So right away, I'm seeing that it definitely looks like a matte finish. Not only does it look like a matte finish, but it also looks like it's a powdery finish. So it dries kind of like in a powdery form, which is good for us oily skin girls who want to, you know, stay away from those oils. Something else that I'm noticing that I really do appreciate of this foundation is that I do not see any areas on my skin that look like it's clinging onto it. So there's no like dry patches or anything, which is actually really impressive because I figured that with this type of foundation, I would see a lot of dry patches right away. So I'm actually really impressed with that. Okay, so right here on my nose, I tried to kind of blend out the product, and then the beauty blender ended up taking it off. So I'm going to see if this maybe is better. I would say, honestly, guys, if you want to try this foundation out, I would say use a brush. Don't use the beauty blender, use the brush. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face, and I will come back on here in a little bit and let you guys know how it's set into my skin, and just kind of give you some thoughts on how it's wearing. And then I'm going to give 2 more updates like I usually do in my other videos, and let you guys know what I think of this foundation. So stay tuned and I'll be right back. It is now around 11:30 and I have finished my entire face, as you guys can see probably. I did notice a few things, so I want to quickly touch on those things, and then I'm just going to go carry on with my day and let you guys know how this foundation ended up wearing throughout the entire day. So the first thing that I want to talk about is that when I was priming my lids to prepare them for my eyeshadow, I did notice that, I don't know if it was because it was 2 different products or 2 different brands, that I was having a hard time blending out my concealer. And I like to apply concealer on my lids to prime them just because that works best for me. And the one that I like to use is a Maybelline one, so maybe if I used one that was a little bit more of a lightweight consistency would be better, like the Urban Decay. So that was something that I noticed as I was applying the rest of my makeup. Another thing that I noticed was how freaking red slash pink I looked. Like I literally looked like I just came back from the beach and I was sunburned and my face was just burnt to the max. It was on my skin. I was like, whoa, this looks way too pink for me. So I don't know. I kind of like how it sunk in now, but when I first saw it, I was like I didn't know what to do. I was like, what am I going to do? So the thing that I did end up doing just to kind of neutralize it, and maybe that's why it looks more normal to me now, is I went in with my Tarte concealer, the Rainforest of the Sea, and I highlighted the crap out of my face. So I basically did my T-zone area. That's what I highlighted to make it look more neutral. And I feel like that really did help, because I'm noticing that it looks a little bit more natural now as opposed to it looking so freaking pink. So that was just one thing that I was like, ugh, about. I would say if you are like around my skin tone, but you have a pink undertone, then you may like this. But if you do want to try the foundation and you feel like if you go darker, because what I can tell you right now, if you're my skin tone, do not get the 8.0. You're going to look really, really dark. So either stick to the 7.0 or go maybe a shade lighter, maybe like a 6.5 if they have that shade in your store. I didn't see the 0.5s at my store like I mentioned earlier, so that was out of the question for me, but I would say maybe a 6.5 would be good, or a 6.0, really depending on what you like. But for me, I would have to say, if I could, I would honestly now go a shade lighter. I thought I needed to go a shade darker because on my hand it looked different. I really am liking the way that this is on my face. Like it looks so perfect. Like my skin looks matte, but it's like a healthy matte. It doesn't look like, oh my god, she's wearing too much makeup matte. I'm gonna come back around like 3 p.m. and let you guys know how this foundation is looking. And then I will later on give you my final thoughts, and we can go ahead and decide whether this foundation is worth the buy or not. Okay, so it is now 3 p.m. and I am wearing something. Don't worry, I'm wearing a dress. It's just probably one of the hottest days out there today, so I couldn't be wearing anything with sleeves. Just needed to go sleeveless and wear a sundress. That's like my go-to when it's really hot. But anyways, so it has been well over a few hours and this foundation looks great. Like I am really, 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 really loving it. I don't see anything oily. It looks so flawless. Like I can't get over how beautiful this foundation looks. I'm really, really impressed with Urban Decay. I feel like in the next few hours, maybe around like 7-ish, I'm probably gonna notice a little bit of oil right here, which is completely normal because that's where I always get oily. But the fact that I'm still not really oily there and it's not really like shining through is a really, really good sign. So I'm super impressed with that aspect of it. And also another reason why it may look so beautiful, because I use my Makeup Forever mattifying primer, so that could be another reason why it's looking so fantastic. I think overall the foundation is really living up to the expectations of everybody that has talked about it, so I'm super excited about that, because the past few products I've been reviewing that everybody loves, I've been like, So the fact that this foundation is working really well is a really, really good thing. Back in a few hours and I'll give you my final thoughts, and then we can figure out if this foundation is a hit or miss. But I think you guys know where I'm heading towards, but you never know. Sometimes things can take a toll for the wrong way. So we will see together what ends up happening. So I will see you guys very soon. I'm back. It is now around 9 p.m. So it's been quite a few hours since my last check-in. I just didn't think it would wear this well. Like I thought that everything that everybody was saying was just like, ooh, they're just saying that because they're getting paid, or because they got just sent for free. But it's actually a really good foundation. Like I'm really impressed. Like look at my face. This is after, I want to say a total of maybe like 9 to 10 hours of wearing. This is very, very good. Like I said, there are some areas that are starting to get a little oily, like right here, but usually with other foundations by now I'm like really freaking oily. I want to quickly say, for my normal to dry skin girls, I think this foundation has potential for you guys, and it'll probably just make you look matte because it's runny. So it's not so thick as to where you're going to be like, oh damn, this is way too thick, it's gonna make my face crack. I think it'll look fine on you. But if you do not like the mattifying look, then it may not be for you. But if you're a dry to normal skin girl, I think this foundation will also work very, very well on your skin. To be honest, I know that I did a review on the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I mentioned this in the previous clip, but I must say that if you are interested in that foundation, kick it to the curb and get this one, because this foundation really lived up to its expectations, and I just love the way that it is so full coverage, very lightweight, literally keeps you nice and matte all day. The Estee Lauder one did not keep me matte all day, but at the end of the night, you guys saw that I was really oily. It was just a really, really great makeup day, and I think it had to do with the fact that I was wearing this foundation. I'm telling you guys, this foundation is really, really worth the $40. So I would say if you're somebody that has oily skin like me and wants to try something out that's full coverage, not cakey looking, and keeps you oil free, definitely give this foundation a go. I promise you that you will not regret it whatsoever. And I want to quickly mention, this has nothing to do with this foundation, but now that we've completely come to the conclusion that this foundation is worth it, I want to quickly mention and let you guys know, if you guys are interested in seeing a review on the Hourglass foundation stick, then I will definitely be purchasing it and seeing for myself how it works. So just let me know if you guys want to see an Hourglass foundation review. If you do want to see an Hourglass foundation review, comment down below and hit the thumbs up button so I can know and I can figure out whether I need to go buy it ASAP. And if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, become a member of our family here on YouTube, where we discuss all things beauty and just interact and bond over makeup. So I will be seeing you again very soon, and yeah, have a great evening. Bye guys.